to another relaxing ASMR doodle video with me, the Doodler. Today, I feel like drawing fantasy characters. Maybe characters from like a D&D-esque type setting. So, I was thinking perhaps we'll draw a tavern with ASMR, with fantasy characters that are hanging around, which is always a good place to get, started on a quest, is a tavern. So, beginning with the first character, let's just kind of draw someone right here. We can draw a pair of eyes. We're going to be kind of far away from the shot because it's going to incorporate, kind of a big cast of characters. So, let's just kind of, we don't have to worry too much about detail. It's just going to be the atmosphere that we're trying to achieve. A bustling tavern where adventurers and all sorts of people come for information or anything else related to quests or something of that nature. So here we are. We have someone here. Looks like a strapping young adventurer ready to face his newest challenge. A lot of people in here are going to be having headbands because they're adventurers and heroes and stuff like that. There we are, just like that. So now we have a face here, just like this. We can add, a little rough patch of facial hair, just like that. There we go. And maybe he's sitting at a table. And again, taverns are fantastic places for adventurers to get some information, perhaps even pick up a quest on a board. Maybe there's a bounty board or something where a local monster or local bandit or something's causing some trouble. So here we go. We've got his arms on the table, just sitting here perhaps. Just like this. Maybe he's got a drink next to him, just like that. Nice big tankard of delicious mead or ale or something. Something maybe a little frothy on one side. But otherwise, here's our first member. Our first little character in the tavern. And maybe he's got a cape or something. Maybe a little short cape that kind of breathes and flies behind him. Something like that. You can add like a harness. Leather harness or something. There we go. And maybe we'll give him a sword because he needs to look the part of someone looking for work, taking down monsters, stuff like that. There. So here's our first little patron of the tavern, sitting at a table, maybe alone, maybe not. Maybe we've got someone here. We'll just put someone right here. Maybe a member of his party. Just like that. Member of the party sitting, and they're discussing future plans for the guild or for whatever. Maybe they have they're hired mercenaries or something. There we go. Just like that. Let's put a low-hanging little light, like a chandelier type deal here. it's going to have flames instead of electricity. But it's a very effective source of light. Maybe it's made out of antlers or something. And we'll add a couple more candles. How's that sound? Just like that. And add some lines around it to give it a look of illumination. And that just disappears off into the ceiling. So there we go. Got a hero of some sort with a sword sitting here enjoying a drink with his party members. Maybe there's, another one over here. Just like this. Not a huge deal on details, but okay. So over here, let's draw the bartender. Perhaps he's a burly man. Has to be. Maybe he gets some ruffians in the tavern frequently. So he needs to be able to boot him out if he needs to. And so again, the shot's kind of far away, so we don't need to worry too much about detail. But we're going to give him a big welcoming smile. As long as you stay on his good side, he's an easy man to work with. Let's give him kind of curly hair, but he's a bigger man because, he probably has owned this tavern for many, many years. Curly hair, just like this. And why not? Let's give him a headband too. Maybe he's a retired adventurer. So let's give him, maybe a big beard or something. Standing behind the bar and just washing cups, taking orders, making sure the people in the tavern are behaving, not causing any trouble for his patrons. So, something like this. There we are. So here's another shot. Not necessarily to scale. Maybe these guys aren't as close as it appears. Just different shots of the tavern. And I think that's good. So here we go. Got a burly man here. And he's probably got a towel draped over one of his shoulders that he uses to clean up spills. Also cleans up, messes that people might make. Also probably uses it to dry his cups. Hopefully he switches out his towels. There we go. Just like that right there on the counter. Right behind the bar. And then we've got, different assortments of bottles of spirits. Maybe he's got a big barrel right here. Big barrel. Nice and big. One that holds a lot of ale or something. Just like that. Again, the details aren't super important. We're just trying to create an atmosphere. And, it's got a tap on it. Little tap of ale. And, maybe a couple more bottles we can put back here. Just to give it the whole look of a busy, bustling tavern. Maybe some extra cups, mugs, tankards, whatever you want to call them. And let's do another bottle. Again, doesn't need to be too detailed. But, yeah, and then maybe we'll do a little antler chandelier or something, again, up here. Maybe the tavern master is a hunter of sorts, and he is very proud of his hunts and likes to turn them into chandeliers, or maybe he's got you know, a head on the wall or something. You know, something like that. Maybe it's a monster he hunted back when he was still adventuring. And there we go. So there's the Tavern Master. And we're just about completed the nice little tavern, to a sense, or at least the atmosphere. So we're just gonna do that. So that guy's sitting over there. And then how about over here? There's always a very interesting character that resides in the tavern, perhaps under a hooded cloak. And he is by no means a social man. Perhaps he sits there by himself, just like this. And it's always the darkest corner. The darkest corner of the tavern. And, you know, he sits at a table by himself, doesn't have a drink. There's no lights in this corner, so that's very dark. Perhaps he sits next to the window, so you can see him from the outside. Or maybe he's just checking his surroundings. So a very mysterious, dark cloak, dark hooded cloak, sitting in one corner of the tavern. And of course, we would have tables all over. But otherwise, I think we've got a feel for a nice little tavern scene for a fantasy type scenario. We've got our adventuring party here, sitting together, enjoying some drinks. Perhaps there's a board back here of wanted bounties, criminals, monsters that you can come and take the information and try and attempt to bring back a criminal. And they're discussing what to do in the future, sitting under an antler chandelier. Then over here we have our bartender that we drew very quickly. And he's an old adventurer, but doesn't adventure anymore. Hung up his blade and is tending bar now. Very welcoming very welcoming burly man. And as long as you are a good patron of the tavern, you have no problems to worry about. And of course, over here in the corner of the bar, we've got a man sitting here by himself, wondering, or being very mysterious, and perhaps he's interested in hiring some adventurers, but you would have to come up and talk to him first. He's not the type to start the conversation. And there's no light over here illuminated in this side of the tavern. It's just very dark. Gotta keep it mysterious. So there we are. I hope you enjoyed the video of a quickly drawn tavern scene for a fantasy type situation. I'm glad you stopped by to watch the video. Feel free to leave a like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you so much, my dudes. I'll catch you in the next video.